When I came from Heathrow to London with a taxi, actually, 3 of us together, and it was night time. And you know the yellow lights, light high up, and it was flashing like this, you know. And I was, in my mind, I was a bit scared. I said, what is this strange thing? Because I never saw a traffic light before. And I thought it could be a Satan's lamp. This is a saying in our countries. Satan is showing you lights and then he will take you in strange lands. So don't follow that, you know. So I was thinking of these stories. I thought, am I saying this? To the traffic light. But slowly I was getting used to these things. Other strange thing was, when I came to this country and looked at the young girls, I was a young man that time, and when I saw them with short hair, sometimes I thought, oh, is she a female or is she a boy? You know, it was a bit confusing. And how a girl can have short hair, it was beyond my understanding. In my mind, I was a bit confused. Like, I came with a student visa. I went to Oxford to live with some friends, and I was attending a language class.
It's like a love story with the country, first of all. And I thought I need a foreign language for my work later on in Austria. I'm from Vienna. And usually you do need a foreign language. I did English before, but just to polish it off, I went to a college for a 1-year diploma in Oxford. And I met my husband there, but I had to go back because I only had a visa for a certain time.
I was finding it a bit hard for myself. Working in Oxford in a restaurant, doing all this and attending the classes, it was just a bit too much. So I was thinking what to do. I came along and found another business, and that's how we came to Bristol, 24 Denmark Street. This is a landmark for me, this address. I used this address for 25 years as an office, as an association's office, as a meeting place, and apart from the business place. So after a few months, my wife came back on holiday, and we decided to marry.
Funny enough, Islam attracted me, and I became a Muslim. And then I met my husband, and it just felt all like a little mosaic. It came together. Somehow I did convince my family, especially my mother. And they said, well, we can't hold you back. You're a grown-up woman, and good luck to you. But don't knock on our door if it goes wrong.
The community work is in my blood. I started the first Pakistan Association and the Muslim Association as well, and the first mosque. Most of the meetings were in my restaurant. There was 2 floors.
I know he was always community-minded. Even when I met him, he was collecting money for his school in back what it used to be East Pakistan. And I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, goodness gracious me, people have to collect money for schools. Haven't they got any schools? I couldn't comprehend what is going on in other countries. So I had a great admiration for him at that time already.
Population was growing day by day. And ultimately we started raising funds for the mosque. And we found, in 1968, we found that place in Green Street, Rotterdam. That was St. Catherine Hall, it was called. It was a church hall. we bought it and started renovating and started our regular prayers there then. So that was, these were the things we were struggling. We were struggling and we felt that we need to do something. We got to have some kind of system and facilities available for us. That's the establishment of the mosque started. We are at the Shah Jalal Mosque, Bristol Shah Jalal Jamia Mosque. And this is the main hall. This is the main hall of the mosque. Most of our Bangladeshi people are settling in Easton, St. Paul's and Fish Ponds and Whitehall areas. So we found 2 houses, bought them, demolished them and started the building of this mosque. We bought a house and asked for some grant from the Avon County and City Council and made it like a community center and an office for us. That was after I ran the Bangladesh Association for 15 years. I thought our future generation would struggle. Bristol education standard is not very good, secondary, particularly secondary education standard. We will establish a girls' school to start with, a secondary girls' school, and we'll show you we can achieve the result. We had to buy a place and establish the school. There are new buildings, some even temporary buildings like, in St. Paul's by the Cabot School. We ran the school there for nearly 3 years. And then we discovered a school in Old Market. So we have done 1 year there now. That's the ladies' washroom there. These are the trustees. Eventually we want for the boys as well. And we have started the reception class, the class 1, class 2 and class 3. Next year we are going to start class 4 as well.
No life is plain sailing, but if you know what you want out of life, I think you will sail wherever the wind blows from. I've got 3 boys. They're all grown up now. They all went to university and they're all teachers now. You will, try to captain your ship, as they say. Bristol fashion, maybe. So that's what we did, more or less.
In '98, I was awarded MBE for race relation and community work in Bristol and Southwest. It was quite an exciting thing.
Living here in England, we've been very happy, and I'm really happy to had a wonderful life especially in Bristol. And I can only say it's a wonderful city.